Hey, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday or happy Tuesday. Man, I keep thinking it's Wednesday. I'm already jumping ahead. Today we're going to chat a little bit about what exactly is a zero energy home. I know we've mentioned this quite a bit in previous Facebook Live events, so I wanted to go through and just kind of give you a highlight of what a zero energy home is. And then after this Facebook live post, we will have on our blog more information for you and then a bunch of links where you can start to do your own research. So today's really about awareness and getting a broad overview about zero energy home. So I'm starting with this post here from the Lorax. This is one of my favorite quotes. Our kids, especially Finn right now, is really into the Lorax. And at first, he was really excited about the chopping down of the trees and the equipment, which is pretty funny because that's not what the book is about, really, but that's what he grabbed onto. But now he's starting to understand about being an environmental steward and what happens when we come in and we just destroy our environment and we don't manage it well. And so towards the end of the book, there's a rock wall, and the Lorax leaves after the Onceler has destroyed the land. And all the Lorax leaves is a pile of rocks with with a word unless. And the Onceler says, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. And I love this because this is really true. I think as an individual, it's often hard to understand how we can make change in our world. We often look to our government, to our leaders, to the industries, but the reality is we can make the change as an individual. If we demand change and we demand sustainability as consumers, the market will respond. So I'm going to leave you with that, and we're going to start talking about the zero energy homes here. So what is a zero energy home? I think I'm on the wrong slide. Okay. So a zero energy home is an airtight, well-insulated home that produces as much energy as it consumes over the course of a year. This is really more than just a green home or a home with solar panels. It's actually using advanced design and superior building systems and technology to create a home that's energy efficient. It is also using on-site solar panels. So the idea is the home is built so well, it's so airtight that it's consuming as much energy as it can produce using the solar panels. And typically when you put solar panels on a home, you actually run that back to the meter. So you're producing energy for the energy company. It's not necessarily going directly to your home. It can, or it can just help power the grid. And so there's a couple different ways to do that. And if you start to research, you can look into that more. So why build a zero energy home? Well, this is really cool. They don't cost a whole lot more to build, maybe 5 to 10% more than the same home built with just conventional 2x4 lumber. But they start saving you money from day one, and they save money for the entire lifespan of the home. I've mentioned that we live in an older home. It's actually close to 150 years old. And this is where I started to really appreciate how long our homes can last. And what if the home we were in was a zero energy home in 150 years? Think how much that would make an impact, how much less we would use to power these homes. Now start to think about 2 homes and a street of homes and a neighborhood of homes and a whole, small town of homes, and on and on and on. This small change of how we build our homes has a huge environmental impact in a very positive way. So that really checks off the combat climate change box. We reduce our energy bills, even sometimes able to eliminate energy bills during, season, during the fall and summer, for instance, depending on where you're located. Because the homes are built so tight, we improve the indoor air quality. So the way the home is supplied air is through a very highly filtered air system that continuously runs. So if you have allergies, asthma, even some autoimmune disorders. A zero energy home is going to be a lot healthier place to live. The homes are more durable. They're built a little bit more robust because of the waterproofing and the sealing of the home so that air and water are not getting into the structure. And if you have ever replaced any part of your house or a deck, anything that has water that's gotten into the lumber, you know how quickly water destroys a building. And back to the energy idea, you know, throughout my lifetime, I've seen, you know, several energy crises and prices raise and lower on electricity. And so with a zero energy home or community, think about how much we could reduce the fluctuation of energy prices. If we reduce demand, we don't need as much energy. This would increase your resale value. It's lower maintenance. You can build commercial buildings like this too. This is not restricted to residential buildings, and you can build all over the country. So you might say, well, I live in an extreme part of the country, or I live in a mild part of the country. Why would I build a zero energy home? Or where can I build a zero energy home? The truth is you can build anywhere. This is just a chart of the average temperature in the first 2 weeks of January. And you can see the middle of the country, you know, is actually pretty temperate. And then as you get south, it's warmer, and obviously north, it's cooler. So when you work with your builder and your design professional, I don't know what that noise is. They are automatically going to design your home for your specific area. Sorry about that. Something's ringing on my screen here, and I don't know how to make it stop. Okay, so let's say you're going to build a home in Florida. Well, that home, the requirements for that home are very different than if you were to build a home up here in North Dakota or Minnesota or even Alaska. So the homes aren't built the same. This is the same technology, but of course the wall thickness and the requirements are going to change based on your location. And that's what design professionals and builders are here to help you with. So how exactly do I build a zero energy home? So some of you might have heard of the old rammed earth or straw bale home construction. Well, we don't need to do that anymore. Those were great options, but now we have a lot of technology that allows us to build with very well-sealed, insulated walls. First of all, you're going to need a design. You need to make sure your home is oriented the correct directions, that your windows in the correct location. And then from there, you can work with your designer and your local home builder that's knowledgeable about zero energy homes. And what's really cool is there isn't one size fits all. There's not one system that works. So I've just grabbed a couple of ideas from doing some research online. So the first is a double wall system here up in the top left corner. And that's taking a 2x4 wall and staggering it so you can get extra insulation in. This would be a very easy switch from a traditional home to a zero energy home for any home builder. The second one, moving over to the top right, is a zip wall system, which is a proprietary product. And that is really looking at the sheathing of the home and creating a very airtight barrier. Down below here, you can see the wall, which looks like it has marshmallow or frosting or something in it. That's spray foam insulation. So they actually spray wet insulation into the wall that's like a polystyrene foam that expands, and then they cut it down so they can put drywall over the wood studs. But this is on a traditionally framed home. And then the last one here on the lower right is structural insulated panels, and these come out as shapes. I always think about putting a gingerbread house together that you might buy at the store where it's pre-cut walls. Well, SIPs are pre-cut wall shapes. They take the design of your home, cut them all in a factory, and they're structural and they're insulated, and then they put it up to put the home up very similar to you put up a gingerbread house. So the great thing is, no matter where you're at in the country, no matter what type of builder you're working with a little bit of research and you know, poking around, you can find a building system that's going to work for anybody in any location to create a zero energy home. So I'll sign off now. Thank you guys for joining me. Check out our Facebook page and our blog over the next few days. We're going to post website links where you can learn more about the types of building systems for zero energy homes. And then we'll post some of our favorite zero energy homes on Wednesday. And then on Friday, we're going to dive in a little bit deeper to the actual wall construction and the pros and cons of different types of wall constructions. Okay, take care. See ya.